Latimer City Expats Club is a non-profit social organisation and our speakers are volunteers. The club as such assumes no responsibility or liability for the professional reputation of or the quality of services provided by the speaker today.
Works on stage. Funny, well, both. Well, Sheldon's a little funny looking. The rest of us are pretty handsome. On stage, we take suggestions from the audience, and those suggestions can be, where are you? And the audience may say, you're in Florence. Or we might ask, who are you? And the audience might say, you're two little 10-year-old girls. Or we might say, what are we doing? And the audience may say, you're looking at the statue David in Florence, Italy. And now we're two 10-year-old little girls looking at the statue of the David. And you can imagine what we might do with that. We would probably have a lot of fun. Our goal is to entertain you, not to persuade you. We're not going to get political. Simply, if you're laughing or smiling or just enjoying, we've reached our goal. Now, some of the other groups that do improv downplay audience participation, not for Up to You. For Up to You, audience participation is central. We believe that the audience is the extreme audience participation. In other words, we thrive off of what you give to us. And put together, this entire room will create the scene. So we count on you. One of the rules that we do is no jokes. You're not going to hear a rehearsed stand-up joke. It's not that kind of funny. Everything is improvisational. So we have no idea what we're going to say on stage. Nothing is practiced as far as what's funny. And another rule is there's no stars. There's no one person that is the lead. We'll switch off, and we work very hard at working as a team, playing off each other. Many times my humor will come from something Rich says, and I'll play off of him, and hopefully I'm funny. But there's no stars. He's not the star, I'm not the star, nor is anyone else. So how do you bring improvisational speaking into real life? Well, first of all, we get our inspiration from real life. We were talking about a performance we did a couple of days ago, and the audience said, you're in Istanbul. Well, three of us looked at each other and said, I know where it is, but I have no idea. But one of us came to the rescue. Sherman had been to Istanbul and immediately started pointing out all of the many things to see in Istanbul because he knew them. And of course, we made up like we knew them also. So because Sherman brought real life into the experience, it made it all the easier. Also, we sometimes bring people we know. So if I'm asked to be on stage, I become a host of an improv group, well, then you'll see Ren up here. My version of Ren doing improv. So we bring it up on stage. But what can you get from improv? Well, one of the things you'll notice with improvisational acting is there's a lot of listening. We must listen to each other. If my partner gives a line and I say something completely indifferent, not only is it not funny, but the audience gets lost. So again, I must listen carefully to what my partner says because I don't know what he's going to say, and then I must react to that. So one is listening. The other thing you can get from what we do is to not interrupt. We try very hard not to interrupt each other, and I think that's a good lesson to learn. So if we're at a meeting or a discussion, we should listen to each other and not interrupt each other. And finally, we learn teamwork. We work hard together, and sometimes there are conflicts amongst actors and artists, as there always are, but our goal is always supreme, and that's to be a team and work together. And I think that's an important thing. And you'll see that on stage, that we are one unit. And finally, when you're out there, no real movie stars. We're just human beings. And if we try not to be the star in the room, I think we do much better with each other. So what we do is something called yes and that's probably the main rule of impromptu, or of, see, I mix them up, of improv. And I'm going to bring Rich up here all the way from Bangkok to tell you about what yes and rule is and some of the other many rules of improvisational theater.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you very much. All right. So, yeah, this is a little awkward for me because I'm not a character, I'm myself. This is weird. How do I act? Okay, so I'm a guy with a microphone. So Doug introduced the idea of yes and talked about how important it is for us to cooperate. So what we're trying to do when we do improv is we're creating something we call a scene. And so a basic building block of improv is a scene. And a scene is where two actors create a shared world together. So we're building a shared world together, but we don't have a script. So how are we going to do this? We need like an algorithm or a process. I'm a computer scientist, so I think in algorithms, like steps. Like go here, go here, go there. So the basic algorithm in improv has 3 steps. There's agreement, there's justifying, and there's adding. So I'm going to go through each one of these and do a little exercise for each one to maybe kind of let it settle in a little bit. So let's talk about agreement. When children play, when children are doing a scene together, we say, oh, they're playing a little game. I'm the mommy, I'm the daddy. What always happens when kids play is they fight. Right? There's always an argument. One of the kid grabs the toy and goes off in the corner. So what this does when you fight is it slows down the scene and it makes it less fun for everybody. It makes it less entertaining. So you want to agree. So when adults play, what we learn to do, what we try to train ourselves to do is to say yes instead of but to what's happening on the stage. And that'll help things move forward and make everything really fun. And it also helps us to explore the world. By saying yes to what is in the world, we can explore it more easily rather than fight it. So we practice what we call extreme agreement in our improv troupe, which means that everything that gets said on stage is true. If I say there's a bunny in a spacesuit here, it's a fucking bunny, sorry, there's a bunny in a spacesuit and it's right here, right? And so that's what's real, even if it seems strange or silly to us. And that's really critical, that we never don't try to fix or change what's on the stage. We just live with it. And we celebrate it, and we make it better. So we're going to do a real quick exercise about saying yes, okay? This is very easy. I'm going to make a statement, and you're just going to say yes, definitely, and repeat the statement back to me. So I'm going to say, my name is Rich. And you'll... Yes, definitely. Your name is Rich. Correct. Let's try that again. My name is Rich. Yes, definitely. Your name is Rich. Right. My shirt is blue. My dog thinks he's a cat. That's right. Everybody, you love my accent. My cat has a PhD from Harvard. You are a brain surgeon. That's it. That's the vibe you want to bring to on stage. You're saying yes to everything, no matter how ridiculous it is. But what happens if someone says, my cat has a PhD from Harvard? Like, how are you supposed to deal with that? That's ridiculous, you know. So sometimes our scene partner says or does a thing that we don't expect. And we might think that's that's wrong or strange, or it doesn't fit the scene, so we're going to judge it. So in normal life, at this point, we would start arguing. Or we'd have a discussion or want clarification. We would say, excuse me, cats can't talk. They don't have all that shit, right? But as improvisers, we don't have any time for that. We want to say yes. We want to build agreement. So what we're going to do is use a tool called justification. And justification is simply asking, since that thing is true, what else is true in this world? Okay, so if a cat can get a PhD, what else might be true, sir? In a world where cats get PhDs. Cats also get married. What else might be true in a world where cats get PhDs? What do you think? No idea. Right. They get sick. Cats also get sick. So they probably go to the cat doctor. And the cat's probably trained at fucking MIT, right? Who knows? I'm sorry, I'm really spicing it up with the language. Let me put a clamp on that. Apologies. So basically, justification helps us explore. It's another way of agreeing. It's kind of hyper-agreement, right? So there we go. So we're going to do another quick judgment exercise on it. Well, we just did it, really. Okay. Basically, you get a weird agreement, like how is it that you can justify things? And we're going to do an exercise later, so don't worry, called Actor's Nightmare, where we will justify the heck out of something. And you'll see how fun it can be. It can actually be really funny. As you might have gotten a sense already, you pick a ridiculous premise and justify it. That justification is the funny thing. Okay. So now we're going to just play. I want to wrap this up now with a final game called the Magic Box. Because the last part that I want to talk about, we've talked about agreement and justification. I want to talk about anding or adding things on, because that's the last part. We have agreement now. Someone has said there's a cat who gets a PhD, and we're underwater where cats can breathe without breathing equipment. And so what do we do with that? Like how do we move that forward? Here we are. Now what? Okay, we're going to need like an and. We're going to need an extra thing on top of it. So I want to do an exercise. Okay, so everybody pick a person that you're going to partner up with. We're going to have an A and a B. So take a minute right now and identify someone with whom you're going to just partner up. We'll do a real quick exercise. Get a friendly shrug and a smile between you. Little awkward moment of like, who the heck are you? Relax and just. Yeah, this is going to be fun and easy. Don't worry. Everybody ready? Okay, I'm seeing readiness and blank stares. I'll walk you through this. Pick an A and a B. A is going to go first, okay? And what you're going to do, A, is you have a magic box in your hand, okay? And what you're going to do is A is going to say to B, I have a magic box, and you're going to say something about that box to B. A is going to say something like, oh, it's made out of oak, or it's 10 inches wide, describe it a little bit. Tell what it's from, give an attribute, one thing. Say one thing about your box. Let's say it's brown. Sheldon, come up here for a second. Let's demo it for a second. Sheldon, I have a magic box. It's made out of oak. Now Sheldon's going to say, this is a magic box, and it's made out of oak. And he's going to add one thing to it.
This is a magic box. It's made out of oak, and it smells of garlic.
Okay. I'll take it back, and I'm going to say, this is a magic box, and it smells like garlic. Because inside it's full of garlic bulbs to ward off vampires.
This is a magic box. It's full of garlic to ward off vampires. I inherited it from my superstitious grandmother.
Perfect. Thank you, Sheldon. Let me put the box down. Okay. Did I turn off the microphone somehow? Anyway, so that's how the game is played. And hopefully it's clear to everyone. I want you to play that game together now for a minute or two until I say stop. Thank you. Whoa. Until I say stop. And then at that point you'll stop the game, and we'll just have a couple people come up and tell us the stories that they came up with. I think it's really fun to listen to what happens. So, does everybody understand? Okay, I'm going to give you 90 seconds. No, everyone's going to do it together. We're going to do it. Yeah, we're going to do. We're going to. Okay, thank you, Sherman, Sheldon or Shellman. Thank you, Shellman and Sheridan. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Stop. Stop. Okay. That's the end of the exercise, folks. Wrap up your story. Who would like to share what they just created with the world here? I was really enjoying listening to what your story was. Do you mind guys sharing? Yeah, come up here. Can you get the microphone working again? It's still got a sound problem. How do we do this?
Well, we improvised because
Speak really loudly. The mic doesn't work.
we improvised because there were three of us. So it was not A and B, it was A and B and C.
Excellent.
So
Can you see me?
What
I'm
was-
C.
What was in the box?
so
Tell us about your box.
okay.
Yeah, we started. The box was very heavy, and the box was being very heavy.
And it was very heavy, but we couldn't see anything inside it.
I beg your pardon.
It's testing.
Oh, I'm in full agreement. Yes, the box is very heavy. Very, very, very heavy. But there's something strange going on inside.
Got no
Can you
volume.
let me know what's happening?
Yeah, is it working?
But we're improvising as if it
So we
was.
use as a box.
Everyone thinks it is because
No,
we're
that's
Use
right.
this.
Can you
please.
hear us?
Use this.
Yeah. So we weren't able to identify what was inside, but was
As it
kind
started working again. Okay.
yeah, was kind of an aroma coming from inside, and we didn't know who put it in.
Yes, the aroma we did identify sort of was garlic, but now it's overladen with the aroma after that microphone incident of earwax. So where do we go from there?
I beg your pardon, sir. Oh, it's still as heavy as hell. Okay. Did you say there's no garlic in here?
No, there is garlic in there.
Are you sure? Oh, the aroma is amazing. I'm going to give it a little try in a moment or two. Oh, who put it in here? I'll tell you who put it in here. My mom.
Yeah, then the time was up, so
Very
we
good.
still stop
Okay,
here.
well, you can see that you can get quite a ways. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming up and sharing that. Great. What was your name?
Name?
Desmond.
Desmond?
Bob.
Bob? And Massimo. Nice to meet you, gentlemen. Thanks for coming up. This doesn't work. The microphone works for 10 seconds at a time. So that's it. It stopped working again, I think. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, hello. So that's it. You can get a sense now from hearing that these stories can get kind of wild. Since it's a magic box, anything can happen in there. Why don't you guys share really quick what happened with your box?
Our box was made of gold, and it was covered with blood because it had been used in Aztec rituals, human sacrifices, which we were going to revive. And in order to do that, I had caught a rat, a live rat, which I had stuffed inside the box, and would have gotten worse, but we ran out of time. I don't think this is working now.
It doesn't seem like it, but they say it is. Okay. It is working a little. Okay, so that's it. So now you have a sense of how scenes are constructed.
Can I share what happened with Rose?
Yeah, absolutely, please do. Yes.
All right. So it was like this, right? I'd say, so this is the box, and it's made of ivory, and I give it to Rose, and she would say, so I would take it back and say, this is a box. It's very powerful. It stops Rose from talking. I'm going to keep this box. So I give it back to her. Again, she says nothing. I'm saying, I'm going to make more of these boxes because maybe they could stop more women from talking.
And this is a great
So,
example of justification.
Yeah.
You're actually justifying her silence as if it's a line that you're confused by or startled by, right? My partner's supposed to give me a line. She's not. Instead of saying, come on, say something. It's your line. Get out there. Well, what am I going to do? My partner's not talking. Instead, you're like, this box keeps you from talking. That explains everything. Now you look like a genius. She's not talking because of the magic box. So you've made your partner look like a genius and a poet, and she might just be nervous. Or maybe someone says something that they just got confused and they said gold weight instead of gold water. That's an opportunity to say it's not gold water, it was gold weight. and whatever's funny about that to you. So those are the building blocks of improv, is agreement, justification, and then adding the magic box. You can see how this will generate ideas. I look at what already is on the stage. I'm a cat. I have a PhD. We know that cats can be doctors. Cats can go to college. Cats get sick. And I have a magic box now. And now we can just keep using those tools over and over again. Now I'm a cat with a PhD. Do I agree? Do I justify? Or do I add something new? And that's all of improv right there. And I think that ends my section quite nicely, even though I'm a little under time. Who's next? Hello? Oh, that's way better. God, I love it. Can I just take this to my table?
Thank you, Rich Cook. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, thank you. Not good for Bayern Munich fans, if there's any Bayern Munich fans here tonight. No. Comedy happens in a context. Most of the time it happens in a context. There's usually a who, there's a what, and there's a where. Right? You have two people at a hospital. One guy is covered in bandages, and his other friend is going, hey, what happened? He says, well, my house caught on fire. So they're just sitting in the hospital talking. Yeah. He says, my little puppy didn't make it out. And then his friend goes, well, that's okay. You like hot dogs. I mean, I know it's a bad joke, but the point is what I know. The thing is, comedy happens in a context. You wouldn't expect that to happen in a conversation about a guy whose house just burnt down, and he's sitting in bandages telling his friend that, his puppy didn't make it. And so that's how comedy works. So what I'm going to tell you is, how do we actually do improv? The first thing we do is we set up the who, what, and where. We have to set up a context, right? A husband and a wife out to dinner on an anniversary, in a restaurant. The where, they're in a restaurant. What are they doing? Celebrating an anniversary. Who are they? A husband and wife. And from there, you yes and you agree until something funny comes about. Someone come up here and demonstrate. Sheldon and Doug. We're gonna have to, yeah. What you got? So, just give us a location, or just give us just be a location. Just give us any word. A motorbike taxi. So what they're going to do is they're going to establish the who for you, and then we're going to stop, and then they're going to establish the where, and then they're going to establish the what. Motorbike taxi.
Stop waving at me. I'm here. I go to Central. Central.
Okay, stop.
Central.
Who's who? Who's the motorbike taxi driver? And he's the customer. Yes. Improv works better when the who. Oh, who are you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, improv works better when you have the who, and then you know who they are. But it works even a lot better when the two people actually know each other. So he's a tuk-tuk driver, you said? Yeah, and he's a customer, but now they're going to know each other.
Hey, you're the guy who didn't pay me yesterday. Oh. No money.
Okay, stop. Now the scene has gotten a little better, right? They were strangers before, but then now they know each other. Okay? So, gentlemen, where are you? Yeah, we know who they are now. Tuk-tuk driver, a customer that didn't pay him. They know each other. Now we're going to establish, where are they? No, go ahead and you guys make it happen. Where are you?
Well, Sukhumvit. What do you think?
Yes.
Sukhumvit where?
Sit
Specific.
here, but I need to go to Sukhumvit in North Pattaya. You understand English? North.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there, guys. Freeze. They're on Sukhumvit. Specifically where on Sukhumvit?
This same filling station here that you
Okay, freeze. So we know who they are. We have a tuk-tuk driver. We have a customer who didn't pay the last time. They are on Sukhumvit at a filling station. Now, show them what are you actually doing.
I pay you when we get there, I promise. I have no money. When we get to Central, I pay you. How you pay me? You don't have no money. But I have lady there. She have money.
All righty, thank you. So comedy happens in a context. It has to have a who, a what, and a where. Yeah, thank you. And usually when you have a who, what, and where, there's an unusual thing that's going to happen. So in this particular scene, you had a tuk-tuk driver and a customer that did not pay before. That's kind of unusual, you know, and they're specifically at a filling station on Sukhumvit, and he wants to go to North Pattaya. And what are they doing? They're trying to negotiate. He's trying to negotiate to get a ride to North Pattaya, and he's saying, wait, you didn't pay me last time. How do I know I'm going to get paid? And he says, oh, I have a lady there who's going to pay me. So it's not quite unusual, but it is something that's, most tuk-tuk drivers wouldn't take you anywhere if you didn't have any money. But all comedy has to happen with a context. So in improv, we set up the who, the what, and the where at the top of each scene. Usually we try to do that as soon as possible. Sheldon, can you come back up here for a second? I really don't need Sheldon to come back up here. I just want to get him some exercise. No, I do want you. So let's do another one. Give us another, just a word or anything. Terrified. Mommy, I'm so afraid. You brought me to this park, and there's dogs everywhere.
Honey, I know that Bowser bit you last year, but that's only one dog. He's a mean dog. These are nice dogs here in this dog running park.
But there's so many of them. How do I know which ones are good and bad, Mommy?
Here. Say hello to Bob.
I'll turn him around. This is a good dog. I can tell.
Let me check. He's a very good dog. You see that there's no need for you to be afraid of this dog.
You've taught me so well, Mommy, how to find good and bad dogs. Thank you.
Oh. So we're lawyer and client.
I know. What's the unusual thing in that scene? What was we had a who, what, and where. Mommy, daughter, at the dog park. What are they trying to do? The mommy's trying to calm the kid down. Don't be afraid. The dogs are all nice. But what was the unusual thing? What was the thing that was unusual? Sniffing. Yeah, two human beings. We basically decided to behave like dogs, and so that's kind of where the comedy comes from, and then that becomes what the scene is all about. It becomes why would they be sniffing dogs? And I would go, Mommy, thank you for teaching me how to find good and bad dogs. How did you learn how to do that?
I was taught by an old dog who I knew back in the old country.
Is there a way that maybe we can go to the old country and visit that person so I can learn these skills better, Mom?
Yes, there is.
And what's the name of this old country?
Dogovia.
Dogovia, okay. Thank you. So, thank you. So it just started, the scene started with just a mother and a daughter at a dog park, right? And the child is afraid of dogs. And then the mother is consoling the child and saying, there are some good dogs here, you just have to do it, just find it. And the mother says, the kid sniffs the dog because the mother has trained the kid to sniff dogs like other dogs. And then it just spun out of control. That's the unusual thing. And then I asked Mom, how did you learn how to do this? And she says, from an old dog in the old country. And I go, well, where's the old country? Dogovia. So that's kind of how improv sort of works. All comedy happens in a context. Basically is what I'm saying. Dogovia came from a context of a mother and daughter in a dog park and the daughter being scared.
We didn't know we were in a dog park until a couple of lines in.
Yes, yes. We established the who, what, and where, and then from the who, what, and where, we keep going until something funny comes about. But always establish the who, what, and where. It's called the unusual thing in a scene. Now, all scenes are also about the two people in the scene. The scene is basically about the mother and the daughter, and the mother consoling the daughter. And that's pretty much all I have, unless I would like to bring anyone up to come and try it themselves. One of the audience members. Come on up here. Come on up here, Mr. Desmond. We're going to do a who, what, and where to you. There's this.
Where, and when? Bye.
We're going to start. Just give us any suggestion. Give us a suggestion, someone.
Yo-yo.
Yo-yo. Okay. You're the ringmaster here, Mr. Desmond.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I enjoy being in this tent, in this wonderful circus of yours. But I tell you, as a clown, I just can't do these yo-yo things anymore.
That's called idiocy.
Yes, it is called idiocy.
You should know what to do with the yo-yo-yo-yo-yo.
Right. So, as a clown, I should know what to do with the yo-yo-yo-yo, but can you give me just a little bit more of that movement there? Okay, Mr. Desmond the Ringmaster, so a yo-yo just isn't a yo-yo, it's also hip gyrations. It's not just the gyrations from the yo-yo, it's all about the hips. Right?
We are joined.
Oh my God. So, now that we are joined at the hip, can we speak in one voice? Hello. 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 Okay. Anyway. The scene started, the ringmaster, a clown who doesn't really know how to deal with yo-yos. Now we're hipped at the thing, and now we're connected at the hip, and we're speaking in one voice and hugging each other. Now why is this important? In a scene, we could say, why is this important? And I would say, ringmaster, now that we are connected at the hip, perhaps we'll now make money so that the show will be successful, and we won't be poor anymore.
Okay. Take your hip away, please.
Say again?
Take your hip away.
I don't understand your English.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Yeah, right. Hip, hip, hooray, we will never be poor again.
Okay.
All right. All right, thank you. Anyway. Just a small example of, thank you, how improv can. So just to recap, how do we do it? We establish the who, what, and where. We find what's unusual within a normal who, what, and where. And we make it about the relationship. Me and the ringmaster, we really didn't discover the relationship so much, like, what does he mean to me? And I could say, the ringmaster, you know, when I ran away from home, you were my only source of inspiration. You took me in, and therefore I want to do my best for you. And that makes the scene have a little bit more meat. It makes the scene a little bit about the people in the scene. It makes it, and that's what people really want to see when they see scenes. They want to understand the relationship between the two people up there. And I would say to Desmond, thank you for taking me in. I will do anything. I will play yo-yos. I will dance. I will do anything to help you out because you saved my life. You gave me warm food and shelter. I love you. And that's really, we didn't do that up here, but that's really what the scene is about. The two people in the scene, and it should always be in the present. No going back to the past like, oh, ringmaster, you remember the time 100 years ago? No, we want to keep it in the present between the two people. And that's pretty much it. And you'll see some more of this when we do our scenes later on. Who are the people in the scene? Where are they? We're in a tent. What are they doing? Trying to figure out how to manipulate a yo-yo in order to make more money, to maybe save the circus. And why is this important? Well, the clown wants to save the circus because this person, you know, when that person was down, helped them out and took them in and gave them shelter. And that's pretty much what improv scenes should all sort of encapsulate. Who, what, where, and why. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sheldon. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. We've gotten past the descriptions of how this is done. I'd like to get some people to actually try it out here. And we're going to call a few people up here to do some simple stuff, not embarrassing, not difficult. And I'll tell you in advance we're going to improvise a story. And if I could get maybe 5 people out of this crowd to join to create a story together. Who would like to come up here and help out? Ren? Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired of working with you guys. Let's get some new people. Please come on up. Oh, this guy. These guys. We got 2 people fleeing. 2 people fleeing. They're not going to be. Okay, they're out.
Come on, Desmond, come back up.
Desmond, come on. Join us. We're going to keep picking on you.
Because you're shy and retiring. We want a shy and retiring character.
Okay. All right, 4 people. That ought to do it.
One more.
One more. Who else can we? One more.
Bobby, you're little.
Join us.
No, he's just little. Not good.
Okay.
Bloom him.
Here's how this is going to work. They're going to create a quest story. And we need a hero of the quest. And the hero ought to have some kind of profession. So somebody yell out a profession that somebody might have. I'm sorry? A doctor. Okay. And he is on a quest. And he or she is on a quest. Is it a he doctor or a she doctor? She. And what's her name? Dr. Knight. Dr. Knight is on a quest. And what is she on a quest for? Anybody? For chocolate. I like that. Dr. Knight on a quest for chocolate. And here's how we're going to proceed from this end to that end, and we'll go around as many times until we're tired of it. And the first person will say, she's on this quest. Fortunately, something is the case. And the next one will be, unfortunately, and give some problem that she runs into. But then the next person will go, fortunately, and some solution perhaps to that problem. And then unfortunately, fortunately, and we'll alternate, and we'll see what kind of story you come up with. Got it? Think so? Okay, so Dr. Knight began her quest for chocolate.
Fortunately, when Dr. Knight was looking for that chocolate, he discovered that could change genders anytime.
Yes. Unfortunately, it's much easier for a woman to find chocolate than for a guy. So this created a problem if she got near chocolate and changed sex from the she.
Fortunately, I am full of chocolate. I've got chocolates all over the place. Chocky, chock, chock, chock. So I've got a lot to offer this doctor. And I'll give her a few chockies very soon.
Unfortunately, the doctor was allergic to all of that chocolate. And being married to this chocolate person, it was very difficult in life.
Fortunately, the doctor was not looking for chocolate for herself, but for a dearly beloved patient who could only survive with regular infusions of chocolate.
We can't stop it here. We got to keep going.
Unfortunately, the patient did. Unfortunately, the doctor gave too much chocolate into this patient, and well, the patient turned into a dwarf, and couldn't no longer eat as much chocolate.
I hate when that happens.
Fortunately, dwarfs do very well in improvised theatre.
That's got to be the punchline. So thank you. Oh, wait a minute. We need a moral to the story. The moral of the story is,
I'm a little dwarfy wharfy. Short and lovely. I'm a lovely little fella. Okay?
okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Okay, here's another one. Also simple, unthreatening. Here's what up on this stage, right over here. We're on the we're going to make this is the sidewalk on Sukhumvit, let's say. And you walking down the street here, you discover there is a 1,000-baht bill lying on the sidewalk. Now you can stop and pick it up and keep it, or you can just ignore it. Who knows what we can do? Let's get a few people up and see what happens when you, and I'm going to give you a variation on this after you do it once. But that's the scene, okay? You're yourself walking down the street, walking up Sukhumvit, and you see this 1,000-baht bill lying on the sidewalk, and what do you do? Somebody want to try it? There's somebody who wants to try it. No, you've got to act. There we go. Thank you. Somebody else? Anybody? Come on. It's so easy. Okay, there's the 1,000-baht bill lying right about over there. Hey. There we go. Thank you. We're going to do a variation on this now. Same three people. Don't mind. I'm going to give each of you I'm going to allow you to pick a card. On each of those, I've got what I call dwarf names. And what I mean by a dwarf name is if you ever saw Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, each of those dwarfs had a name like Sleepy or Dopey, which kind of described who they were. So I've got a stack of cards that have those kinds of names on them. Not the same as the Seven Dwarfs, but adjectives that describe a person. And what I'd like you to do is each of you take one of those cards and see what it is, and react and do the same scene in the manner of that dwarf. Follow that? Let me get those cards. So we need those same, let's get those same 3 people. Okay.
Okay, here's the 1,000-baht bill is right about here.
Let's see what you do.
Any guesses what his dwarf name was?
Energetic.
What was it?
Lazy.
Okay, see the next one. There, and there's the bill back there again. It's a little tougher, that one.
Annoyed?
His name is Rich.
Any guesses?
Noisy, but I did it on the outside as
Oh,
opposed to
okay.
being noisy. 'Cause that
Yeah,
offends
and let me say, one thing I should have said earlier is it's perfectly okay to talk, although this is not
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
specifically a talking exercise.
Give him another one.
Oh, you want to try another? You want? Okay, got one left. Is it sneezing?
Ill.
No.
Stuffed up.
Weepy.
Weepy, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, my contention is, although everybody was very creative in both versions of this, I claim that it's easier once you have one of these. It gives you an approach to it. If I know I'm going to be giggly, well, I know. Pick up the thing. It gives me an idea of what to do. Whereas if I just told I'm me picking up the bill, there's a whole range of things I might do. I'm always looking for things when I'm doing improv. I'm looking for things that will narrow down my choices a little bit and make it easier to approach that way. And with that, I am done with my part of this presentation, and I pass this along to. Yeah, okay, we'll do you a little demonstration now. We were. We were talking earlier about justification. And we're going to do a game now, Rich and I, that's all about justification. And Sherman will explain.
Thank you, Sheldon. This next game, we call it either Actor's Nightmare or Blind Lines. Basically, An actor's nightmare is when you forget your lines, or you have a dream that you've forgotten your lines, you don't know what you're doing, you're up on stage, and you just have no clue, but everybody expects you to have a clue. Well, an improviser's nightmare is when someone says something to you and you just really don't know how to react. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna help these guys by giving them some lines that will help them react. So Rich and Sheldon will leave the room right now, and they're going to create a scene with lines that you're going to give them. And Doug's gonna actually write your lines down. The first thing I'm gonna ask you for is a famous line from a movie you like. A film that you found interesting. I don't think we're in Kansas. Oh, well. Make my day. Go ahead, make my day. Do we want to use the Kansas one, or? Okay. Yeah, okay. A lyric from a song that you enjoy singing. Okay, any particular? I did it my way. Okay. I did it my way. I like that one. Something you don't tell your lover before you are getting ready to make love. No. Anything. Something you should not say before you're right there at the point of no return, but this is something that you don't say. I didn't brush my teeth. We got one already. Wait a minute. How many do we have there, Doug? I forgot to brush my teeth. There should be 4 already, yeah? All right, we'll put that one down too. I forgot my money. Oh, everyone knows that. I didn't know. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So what was that? I forgot my money. Is that the one you're on, Doug? How many do we have? And just somebody give me a line of something you'd just like to see someone say on stage, because, God darn it, you're just tired of this wimpy-ass theater crap. Something you always wanted to hear. Go ahead, you Trumpers, or whatever you people are. Some of you. Yeah. No, come on, we don't want that. Anybody, anything, doesn't have to be correct, just kind of make it. Someday I'll find you. So Desmond, in all your life, that's the line that you've never seen on stage, but you wanted to hear.
Absolutely.
Okay. And we're letting Doug write them all down. How many we got there, Doug? We're going to get 6. That way they'll have 3 apiece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, fold them up and then we'll put them on stage. I'm going to move this out. I'm going to move this over.
Once again, the idea is you're on stage. You could be an actor on stage. Desmond, maybe this probably happened to Desmond many times because I've acted with Desmond before. You forget your line. You don't know what to say. And even in improvisational theater, maybe your partner says something and you oh my God, what do I say next? Well, the audience is going to help you out because they're going to know what to say. Do we get it?
lethal weapons.
Oh, well, that's good because I've been looking for somebody who can massage my libido, revive it.
I am an emotional masseuse. Someday, I'll find you.
That's good because there's something hidden deep down inside me, Doc.
It may take weeks.
Should I call you Doc?
You can call me Doc if it makes you more comfortable.
It does, because I feel like I can depend upon you.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna have to go really deep, though. Don't be afraid.
Well, I do have my trepidations. I mean, after all, I forgot to brush my teeth.
It's okay. I noticed, which is why I'm keeping my distance. But I really feel like you're an emergency case.
Okay, well, I feel like a professional like you could handle the situation.
I'm starting to get very, very worried about you.
Oh, no.
We're not in Kansas anymore. So I don't know if you know, but here in Bangkok, or in Pattaya, we can't just jump right in and go, Jesus!
No, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that! No. I can't stand when people do things like that! Go ahead! Make my day!
Acceptance is the first step. We have to go through with this. You're wise to say yes to this.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I feel slightly libidinous.
Progress. See, it's just from my hand on your shoulder. I did it my way. Okay, some people think you have to really get in there and raw the heck out of people, like dig in. But I just have a touch.
You have a touch, Doctor. Suddenly I'm feeling like a whole new person. I'm feeling like I'm utterly changed. I'm feeling like my life will never be the same again. Oh, professional, I forgot my money.
That was known as blind lines. They did a nice who, what, where, and why it was important, and they justified everything, and I hope you were entertained. And that's part of what Up to You does. We believe in extreme audience participation. If you come to one of our shows, we will be asking you questions the whole time, and you will help us create a night of theater together. And it's a lot of fun, so I hope you guys come to one of our shows, and we all will work together to create a memorable night of theater. Ren was at our last show, and he loved it very much. And Sheldon, you're next.
Oh, really?
I think you're supposed to do something. What was his name?
All right. All right, we are going to do pure improv now. We're just going to get, what's the scene you would like to see? Anybody got an idea for a scene they'd like to see? Sorry? Detox clinic. A scene at the detox clinic.
I'm going to check these patients in. This is hello, I'm Dr. Johansson, and welcome to my detox clinic. Excuse me for a minute, though. I have to check in some new patients.
Johansson, I was checking in people today.
Really, I'm the new secretary. I thought check-ins
Oh,
were my department.
You found me out.
No, Johansson, no, it's not. It's you.
No, don't.
No. Okay.
Now I need a drink.
Wait a minute. We're sitting here fighting on who we should check in. Maybe we should check that guy in.
Think so?
Okay. Hey, you know what? Open the
that bump.
Could you open the windows in here? It's kind of getting stuffy.
All right.
Scene.
Okay.
What's the next scene for the girls to do? Anybody got another idea for a scene?
Wedding.
A wedding.
Darling, who is that?
I have to tell you something. I'm only marrying you with my boyfriend, Clyde.
We have something to tell you.
We can do it.
I'm only marrying you with my girlfriend, Cicely.
Clyde, do you like Cicely?
Hi, Cicely.
Hello, Clyde.
I guess it could work.
It can.
It can. But I don't think we're going to be able to get married here at this Catholic church. I don't think they accept that.
Let's go for the Mormon church. They're into polygamy.
The Mormons?
Yeah, but
you know,
they may not like Clyde.
Wait a minute.
the Jews will accept you. Are you circumcised?
Oh, no. No.
I don't know where one was going. Where?
No, it wasn't going anywhere.
Okay, another anything. Husband and wife having an argument.
Just two go.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you're going to have to talk about it, Seymour.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep.
You were flirting with Florence at the party this evening, weren't you?
Yes, I was. And I'll tell you why.
Tell me why, please.
Because you just don't do it for me anymore, Wilma. I was flirting with Florence so that it could work up some libido, some sexual eroticism that I can bring home towards you. It wasn't all about me.
Well, it wasn't all about you for me either.
Ding dong.
Henry.
Yes.
I think it's time we told him.
Oh my goodness. I came over just to say, well, okay.
What time out?
Florence.
How did we get a doorbell on our bedroom door? When did you put that in there?
Yes, I put it on yesterday.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to
I
make
want to be
sure.
able to get Florence whenever I can.
Now you know.
Yes.
Don't people like you normally ring twice?
Well,
See! Thank you, everybody!
One more.
Yes, one more.
Huh? A go-go bar. Go. A kiss is just a kiss. A la da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da da. Rick. Oh my God, Lola's back. Do 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 do.
Hey, big boy. Where you go?
Oh, I'm from New York.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm new.
Your first time, huh? You feel lucky?
I feel lucky.
Oh,
I feel lucky.
You know why they say go, go?
What? No.
You go with me.
Oh!
Rick, you can't go with her.
No?
No, I thought that was Lola, but actually, Lola's there. Remember her from 1946? That used to be the love of your life.
Oh my goodness, Lola.
Out of all the gin joints and go-go bars in Patia, she found her way dancing here. Go talk to her, Rick.
I've waited 50 years for you, Rick.
Kiss.
Lola.
Just a kiss.
You have aged a little bit. But I still love you, Lola. I can feel your warm hands. A little bit saggy, but warm.
Rick, kiss the girl.
Lola, I would kiss you.
Kiss the girl.
But I think this scene is coming to an
And
end.
scene.
Thank you, everybody. And that is our presentation. We have now presented.
I hope you understand a little bit more of improv. If not, Songkran is coming, so you're going to forget a lot of things.
Yeah, if you didn't enjoy that, go out and drown your sorrows and start Songkran early. But I thought it was great fun, and the closer you were to the stage, probably the more you enjoyed it, I think. You really, if you ever go to an improv thing, you want to get close to the stage. And can I improvise, giving you guys a small token of our appreciation? Up to you. Come up to you. Yeah, plaque, not just on your teeth. Yeah. All right. Okay, so the scene is they've just won the Academy Award. Come in. Come on.
In the movie Patia.
Yeah.
Coming.
Yeah.
Artist in Patia.
I think Desmond should probably be up here with us. But,
Yeah. Where's he gone?
oh, he's gone.
Oh, there you go. That's because he marched off when he didn't get an award. He didn't win the award. All right, guys, improvise your way off stage.
All right.